Your horse has been reading you since the moment you walked into the barn today, and they picked up on things you didn't even say out loud. Not your words. Horses don't process language the way we do. They process everything else. The things you don't control, the things you don't even know you're broadcasting. Most owners think their horse only responds to obvious cues: a raised voice, a treat, a lead rope. But horses are built to notice the small stuff, the stuff humans stopped paying attention to a long time ago. These are 7 things your horse picks up on about you without you ever realizing it. And the last one is something they detect before you're even consciously aware of it yourself. The first one is something you feel completely unaware of doing. Your breathing pattern. You walk up to your horse mid-stress, phone still buzzing in your pocket, mind somewhere else entirely, and your breathing is shallow and fast without you noticing. Horses are extraordinarily sensitive to respiratory rhythm, both their own and yours. Some behaviorists believe this sensitivity comes from herd life, where a change in another animal's breathing can signal alarm before any visible threat appears. When your breathing is quick and shallow, your horse's body picks up on that rhythm and can shift toward alertness even if nothing around them has changed. Slow, deep breathing does the opposite. It's one of the reasons experienced handlers will consciously slow their breath before approaching a nervous horse. Your horse isn't reading your mind, they're reading your lungs. The second one lives in your hands, and it's more specific than most people think. Muscle tension you're not aware you're holding. You think you're relaxed, but your grip on the lead rope, the stiffness in your shoulders, the tightness in your jaw, all of it transmits. Horses have skin so sensitive it can detect a single fly landing on it, which means the subtle rigidity in your body when you're anxious is not subtle to them at all. A tense handler leading a calm horse can produce a tense horse within minutes, and most people never connect the two. They think the horse got spooked by something in the environment. Often the horse got spooked by them. The third one is something horses track constantly without ever looking directly at it: your walking pace. Not your speed exactly, your rhythm. Horses live by rhythm. Herd movement, grazing pace, the pattern of footfalls, it's how they read predictability in their environment. When your walk is erratic, stopping and starting, quick then slow, distracted by your phone or your thoughts, your horse notices the inconsistency before they notice anything else about you that day. A steady, even pace, even a slow one, reads as calm and intentional. An erratic one reads as unpredictable, and unpredictable to a prey animal is a category that includes threat. You're not trying to communicate anything with your footsteps. Your horse is receiving a message anyway. The fourth thing might be the one that surprises people most because it has nothing to do with your body, your facial expression, specifically around your eyes and mouth. Research into equine facial recognition has shown horses can distinguish between human emotional expressions in photographs, responding differently to angry faces than to happy or neutral ones, even from people they've never met. Around someone they see every day, that sensitivity sharpens. A tight jaw, a furrowed brow, thinned lips, these read as tension whether or not you say a single word. Horses don't need you to tell them you had a bad day. Your face already told them at the gate. The fifth thing is one most people assume works the other way around: your heart rate. It's easy to think horses only respond to what you do, but there's growing evidence that some horses can begin to physiologically sync with the person they're closest to. Heart rate patterns drifting toward alignment during calm, close contact. That means when you're anxious and your heart rate climbs, a horse with a strong bond to you doesn't just notice. Their own heart rate can begin to shift in response. It's not always dramatic and it's not guaranteed, but it's a real physiological thread between you, one you can't consciously turn on or off. And if this is changing how you think about your own presence around your horse, subscribe and hit like. More people need to understand how much they're actually communicating without saying a word. The sixth one is subtle in a different way, because it's about scent, and it's about you specifically, not just humans in general. Your individual smell, including the chemical shifts that come with stress. Horses have an extraordinarily developed sense of smell, and stress produces measurable changes in human scent through sweat and other markers. A horse that knows you well isn't just recognizing a human. They're recognizing you. The specific chemical signature that comes with your calm days versus your hard days. This is part of why some horses seem to know something is wrong before you've said anything, or change your behavior in any visible way. They're not being mystical. They're using one of the most sensitive noses in the animal kingdom, and it's aimed directly at you. And that brings us to the seventh, the one I mentioned at the start, the one your horse notices before you're even fully aware of it yourself, the shift in your intention right before you act. Right before you decide to move, reach for the lead rope, turn toward the gate. There's a fractional change in your posture, your weight distribution, the set of your shoulders that happens before the conscious decision even fully lands. It's called anticipatory postural adjustment, and it's nearly invisible to another human. Horses catch it constantly. It's part of why a truly bonded horse can seem to move with you a half second before you've given any obvious cue, stepping forward as you shift your weight to leave, turning as you begin to turn. They're not predicting the future. They're reading the very beginning of your body's motion before your mind is finished catching up to itself. In a way, your horse sometimes knows what you're about to do slightly before you do. None of this means your horse is reading your thoughts. It means they're reading your body with a level of resolution most humans have lost entirely. Breath, tension, rhythm, expression, heartbeat, scent, and the earliest flicker of intention. You've been broadcasting all of it the entire time you've known each other, and your horse has been quietly receiving every signal. The next time you walk up to the stable distracted, stressed, or carrying a bad day with you, remember, your horse already knows. They knew before you said a word, before you touched them, before you even reached the gate. Comment, and tell me which one surprised you the most. See you in the next one.